Okay, so how do you increase your grade level? What makes a good academic argument? So again, using COVID-19, because it's a shared experience, it doesn't matter what module you're doing, we all know what we're talking about. What takes you from a pass mark or a failure to a pass mark, which is 40 marks. If you get 40 marks, you're over the line, you've passed, fantastic. If you get 55 marks, you're into a merit, which is fabulous. And then if you get 70, pop open the champagne, or however you wish to celebrate, get your big chocolate bar out or have a boogie, because you are an academic star and you're moving into distinction territory. But what's the difference? How does it matter? Well, if your academic writing is poor and you're not giving me anything that I can award marks for, you're in the poor category, under 40 marks. And that's where you're missing really important information. So just to give you an example, again, using COVID, because it's simple, there was a virus. Yep, great. Doesn't really tell me a lot, and I'm not sure you actually understand much about the subject. Okay, then we move into the pass. It's great. Passing is really good. That's not a bad thing, but you've moved into the pass, so fabulous. There was a pandemic. It was caused by a virus. A lot of people got sick and died. It's correct, and what you've written is good, but it's quite descriptive, and it kind of doesn't get into the nitty-gritty, and you may have some answers which aren't replying to your command words. So you might just get into that 40 marks, but you may not be given, breaking down your command words correctly and bringing in enough kind of detail that we need, and enough of that kind of evaluate, explain, discuss, whatever we've asked you to do. A better mark, which is your 41 to 50 marks, there's some form of evaluation in there. You're starting to bring in some more information. You're giving the command word what we're asking for to a degree. So there was a global pandemic caused by a virus called COVID-19. A lot of people got sick and died, and this is what the government is doing about it. So here's a bit more information. It's that bit more information that takes you up those marks. And I can start awarding more, giving you more marks, because you're giving me more to mark, which is good. Getting into kind of merit territory now, where you've got this evaluative approach. The risk of a global pandemic was caused by coronavirus. It was predicted, so you're bringing in a bit more information. The 2020 pandemic was caused by COVID-19, highly infectious. The R rate, the fact that it spread really quickly, and then reactions to the event. So you're bringing in some more evidence, so getting into that kind of evidence critique, counter critique. If you're bringing that into your paper, then you're moving into merit territory automatically. So just using that structure brings you into that kind of lovely merit territory. If you do a little bit more and you're kind of in the awesome stage of 61 to 70 marks, so you're moving up towards distinction now, you're bringing in some of that criticality. So a dynamic global economy and high transmission rates cause the rapid spread of this highly infectious disease, and reactions and possible solutions. So you're bringing in more voices, more evidence, okay? And then, woohoo, distinction, get out the chocolate bar, go and take a bow. So why the causes of the pandemic are not going to be solved by the development of a vaccine. Wow, wouldn't that be interesting to read about that? Completely different perspective. It's moved completely away from just being descriptive to actually bringing some analysis and evaluation that's kind of original. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's going to make me sit up and go, that's interesting. And then talking about how tackling poverty and public health can prevent future pandemics with recommendations. So you can see again the range of kind of analysis and thoughtfulness that goes into the answers you provide, not just regurgitating whatever it is that you've read, but actually thinking about what you've read brings you into that distinction territory. Okay, so that's how the different grade levels work, and how you bump up those 10-mark blocks.